Luxury cars come a dime in a dozen, but what about reliable luxury cars? Those aren't so easy to find. Everyone has a dream to drive a luxury car, but most of us cannot afford the common repairs that most luxury cars end up having. With that said, these cars I'm about to talk about still have their issues, but they are better than most luxury cars on the market today. So if this is what you're looking for, stay tuned, because today I'm going over my 5 reliable luxury cars all under $10,000. And the last one may surprise you. Let's get started. 2011 Toyota Avalon. If you are expecting a Toyota, raise your hand. You can go ahead and put them down because I can't see you. Anyways, Toyota is a necessity in terms of reliability. However, Toyota doesn't necessarily make a luxury car unless you're talking about the sister brand, the Lexus. However, the Avalon is much more luxurious than you may expect. The suspension is soft, it is smooth, and it has a very quiet cabin, all of which you would expect in a luxury car brand. The interior is filled with high quality materials, something Toyota is not really known for, but Lexus is. This Avalon is definitely worth a look. So here's the 2011 Toyota Avalon. It has 105,000 miles and only $8,000, which is pretty good for technically a brand new car. HID headlights, front fascia is looking pretty nice. The paint is looking like it's been taken care of very well. And if you look at the chrome bits, it definitely makes the car look a bit more luxurious in compared to the other Toyota models like the Camry and the Corolla. But there's still a hint of kind of cheap Toyota in here. So if it's too much chrome, I don't necessarily like it. And I think this is just enough chrome. Interior is looking pretty okay. You got wood trim across the board. An okay infotainment system. Leather seats. It says Avalon on the door step-in card. Automatic seats, which it should be. Engine looks like it's pretty well taken care of, and overall the car looks like it's been taken care of very well, probably garage kept, and this car will last you a very long time. I like the car, and it's not a bad daily driver. What are the issues of this Toyota Avalon? Paint peeling off the roof, sunshade not working properly, lock actuator going out at about 100,000 miles, the brake master cylinder going out at higher miles, about 200,000 miles, oil line recall that can burst and starve the engine from oil. It should already be fixed because there was a recall, but I'll make sure and ask the previous owner see if they fixed it. 2010 Acura TL SH-AWD drive. The Acura isn't what it used to be. Back in 05, that is the car that you should avoid like the plague. But the 2010 generation changed the name of the game. It is now considered a reliable car, and does hold a third ranking spot in the 2009 luxury midsize sedans. The car does come standard with nice leather interior and many more nicer materials within the whole cabin. However, the suspension and the ride quality isn't necessarily Toyota smooth. It's much more Honda-like. Obviously, it's an Acura. This car is much more agile feeling compared to most other cars on this list. On top of all that, this is a SH all-wheel drive model, which means it can come in a 6-speed manual transmission. It's kind of a badass car. Here is the 2010 Acura TL, has HIDs, nice wheels. So this is a huge jump compared to the Toyota Avalon and the Acura. The wheels definitely look like it fits the car. In the Toyota Avalon, it didn't look like it, it didn't look high class in the Avalon. But the TL is looking good so far. This is the Acura TL SH all-wheel drive, which is the 305 horsepower model. It looks like it's working the way it should. For $7,000 and 140,000 miles, the TL should last a decently long time. Now it's not Toyota, but it is Honda. Front fascia, I really like this front fascia. It stands out compared to a lot of the cars on the road today. The side view is looking good as well. The chrome trim around the windows looks a lot more high class compared to the Toyota Avalon, and looks nice, it does. And here's the SH all-wheel drive, and I like the trunk look as well. The back of the car looks pretty nice and high-end as well. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. It's like a V going down. It looks kind of aggressive. Black interior, all leather. Infotainment system looks a bit better from the Toyota Avalon as well. Not much room in the back seat. Sunroof, and you have the door step-up card as well. It looks pretty good. So what are the issues? The main issue is really oil consumption. I'll definitely keep an eye on the oil level and keep topping it off if you are having this issue. 2011 Lexus ES 350. The Lexus is yet another car you aren't necessarily surprised to see on this list. However, if I didn't add a Lexus, everyone was shun me. So here it is, a car with top-notch interior bits and top-notch exterior that's meant to serve many of your family's generations. Just like the Avalon, the cabin is quiet and it's very luxurious, and it has a very luxurious drive. The Lexus and Avalon are not workhorses, but they do live up to the reliable reputation. Yes, this is similar to Avalon, but it is dressed up a bit to be a bit more luxurious. Here's a 2011 Lexus ES 350, 125,000 miles for $10,000. It is a Lexus, so it's going to be a bit more expensive. Exterior is looking pretty good, nice and high end. The wheels are matching the car, not as nice as the Acura TL. You have chrome around the windows, which is a nice touch as well, and the chrome on the door handles. It's definitely a Lexus if you can tell from the tail lights. Interior has wood trim, very nice, and it definitely stands out, makes the car look like it's high end. Looks like, in my opinion, like an older person to be driving this car, so it must be taken care of pretty well. Push button to start, yeah, I like that, that's nice. Lexus makes a big deal when the car can tell you what kind of car you're driving. Dual climate control, and I'm more than positive these are heated and cooled seats. Nice legroom, especially compared to the Acura TL. You got the sunroof, nice looking car. Very well taken care of. What are the issues? There was an oil leak recall and it should be fixed. If not, the oil light may illuminate, so be sure you keep an eye on that. You don't want to start with the engine. The navigation panel may go out as well. 2011 Lincoln MKS. The Lincoln MKS is not necessarily a car that anyone would think as a very upscale, luxurious, and reliable car. Yet it does compete directly to the Cadillac CTS and the Acura TL. So there is a spot to be held for this MKS. It's basically an upscale model of the Ford Fusion. The design is meant to help engage the drivers with responsive handling and a luxurious, comfortable feel. The MKS succeeds as a well-rounded car suitable to day-to-day driving and long-distance driving. The MKS is good, but it's not great, and it's probably the least luxurious car on this list. Here is a 2011 Lincoln MKS for $9,000 and 109,000 miles. It's all white, and I like the white look, and I've always liked the MKS model. Once again, it stands out compared to all the other basic cars on the streets. Looks like it kind of has a dual kidney grille, but not the same as BMW. Obviously, it looks a lot different, but it's kind of still dual kidneys. Got the Lincoln symbol in the middle. Okay looking wheels. You have the chrome around the windows. It looks a bit more gaudy compared to the Acura TL. Tail lights look pretty cool too, but the only issue I have with the tail lights is that it's gonna look outdated very quickly. However, I still like them. Wood trim and chrome, which is a nice little bonus. The infotainment system is not high end, as you can tell. It's not a touchscreen, which it should be. Other than that, this car is looking pretty nice and comfortable. Dual climate zone and heated and cooled seats. Yep, heated and cooled seats. Very nice, comfortable looking car. And back seats has okay legroom as well. I like it. I wouldn't drive it, but I do like it. What are the issues of this Lincoln MKS? Automatic transmission has hard shifts, which could result in transmission failure. However, there is an update that will resolve this issue before anything major happens. Power steering going out at about 100,000 miles. It's not a very expensive repair. 2009 Hyundai Genesis 4.6. Hyundai has came a long way, and no one really thinks of them as a luxury car, or even a reliable car. But Hyundai changed the name of the game with this Genesis, and has surprised many people, including me. This car can easily be compared to the BMW, with a very nice agile feeling in the suspension. So if you're looking for a car with cushy soft suspension, look elsewhere, like the Lexus. The Genesis was so great that Hyundai spun its car in its own brand. You probably see Genesis driving around the streets all the time now. This 4.6 has great reliability scores, and scored the top in the midsize luxury sedans in 2009. And that's saying something. This car does come in coupe, but you'll be lacking the power because the coupe comes with the weaker engine, and you'll be lacking the comfort because it's not as luxurious feeling in the interior. And the bits within the inside is much cheaper compared to the sedan. Alright, here's a 2011 Hyundai Genesis 4.6. This does come in a coupe and sedan, but I'm talking about the sedan. The coupe is not as nice and luxurious looking. It's all white, the wheels definitely match the car. It has a nice chrome just like the Acura TL, and the chrome on the bottom end. It looks pretty good. HIDs, front end is looking pretty nice. Paint is pretty well taken care of. The back also looks very nice and it probably won't be outdated for a very long time. And Hyundai did a very good job on this car. Genesis 4.6. These are some pretty good photos. Nice brown leather interior. Now that is a huge jump compared to all the other cars we've been looking at. It's very different, makes me want this car. And the whole infotainment system, center console, steering wheel, all of it looks nicer and higher quality compared to the other cars. Oh, and this is $8,800 for less than 100,000 miles. So in general, you're getting a much better deal with this Hyundai Genesis 4.6. And I'd rather have this car over all the rest of the cars on this list. And I think this and Acura TL are the two cars I'd rather pick and compared to all the rest of the cars on this list. But this one is on top of the TL. This is probably soft to the touch, which is very high quality, and you can tell it is if you look at it. You also have wood trim, which adds to the nice high quality feel of this car. Brown and black looks pretty good. This is to control the navigation center, and looks like it only has heated seats, which is fine. Dual climate control. Back seats look like they have more than enough room for the passengers. And overall, it looks like a very nice high quality car, especially since it's a Hyundai. So they stepped up their game. So what are the issues of this 4.6 Genesis? Rough idle, a hard start while it's cold in a 3.8 liter model. A software update will fix this issue. No sound from the speaker. Pull the fuse for 60 seconds to reset the speakers and you'll be good to go. At higher mileage, around 200,000 miles, the power steering pump may fail. Possible brake failure, which isn't all too common, but the pedal ends up going straight to the floor at low miles. This was a recall, so it should be fixed. Overall, this is an awesome car that many owners absolutely love. If you made it this far, thank you so much for taking your time to watch this video. I truly love helping people buy their next car, making their car buying experience much easier. And just a heads up, one of my ultimate goals for this channel is to help people with their transportation. If you want to know my top 5 insane cheap cars with 400 horsepower under $10,000, click here. Or click whatever YouTube recommends right here. And please subscribe to keep you automotivated. As always, continue to push one another. I'll see you next time.